Hello everybody, welcome to Part1 Junction. Today I'm going to have a look at this Hornby Railways R357 A1A, AIA, I'm not sure, Brush Type 2 diesel, which is also I think known as a Class 31. This is from the attic find of trains that I had in the suitcase up in the attic. So I thought, right, I'll get this down, have a look at it, let's see if we can get this one running. However, I opened the box up, box is a bit tatty. It says Hornby Railways on it, and it also says made in England by Rovex, so not sure what vintage that would make it. Possibly, I would think this was bought for me, I'm pretty certain this was bought for me around about 73, 74 by one of my brothers. So if anybody's any more familiar with any of this packaging, you can let me know. That'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, I thought, okay, let's get this out of the box and see if we can get it running. But when I removed it from the box, I realised there's going to be a couple of problems with this one, and I'll show you. It's been in the wars, shall we say. First thing, this fell out. The motor bogie fell out straight away, and I noticed that the bolt and the nut are missing through there, and it's got no brushes in it at all. So maybe I robbed the brushes to put in something else. I don't know. I can't remember. So that's going to need sorting out. I'm going to need to get a set of brushes and the bolt and the nut that are missing, unfortunately. The rest of it, it still rotates, so that's a good start, surely. I don't know. Anyway, we'll crack on with that. Now, the next problem I noticed, oh, also, of course, the motor bogie fell out, which means the clip's missing. That holds it into the frame, I'll show you. Next thing I noticed is that the roof just comes off straight away. And there you go, that's where the clip should be, isn't it? Same as the clip on the high mech, so that's gone missing. Wires are still there, so they could be resoldered on. And also, the centre set of wheels are missing from the non-powered bogie. So again, I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe I had to swipe them to put into something else. I don't know. So anyway, this could all have a strip down and a wash because it's all still there, but the glass is filthy, etc. So that can have a bit of a wash and a clean up. I have noticed, though, unfortunately, it's obviously had an accident and this corner's got snapped off and a buffer missing, so I'm going to have to give that some thought as to how I can repair that and try and make it look a bit better. So that's that. What else did I find? Oh, I did find somewhere in the box was the screw and the brass ferrule for the roof, which I've now, of course, put down somewhere and can't find. So I'm going to go and have a look for those and I'll come back to you in just a sec. Right, that's better. I put them on a plastic lid behind me for safekeeping and then immediately forgot what they were. So, there we are. There's the screw for the roof. Still got the brass ferrule attached. So I'll just need to super glue that into the roof. And then the roof can be secured back on. So that's just a dob of super glue. That's not a problem. And also this tiny little piece of insulation which goes on here, doesn't it, to insulate one of the brushes from the wire clip. So that's good. That was still, at least that was still in the box. So, I think I need to go off now, order a set of brushes, order a motor clip, and order a screw and a bolt to go through there and hold that all together. So, it'll be a couple of days, I assume, before those arrive in the post. So, I'll be back when I've got those and crack on, see if we can get it working. Right, folks, here we go. A couple of days later, and in the post has arrived this, which was, I needed the nut and bolt, didn't I? But this also came with the keepers and a new magnet, and the person that advertised this said this is a very good strong magnet, so I thought that's worth a punt. I might just install that then as is. And I also ordered a set of brushes, which very handily they came attached to this service sheet, not for the same logo but kind of the same design by the look of it. So there's two new brushes in there, so that's good. And I'm still waiting for a clip which hasn't arrived, so in the meantime, if this all works, I've just made my own one by drawing around the clip off the high mech as a template and cutting this out of a piece of metal, so that if that motor does run, at least I can just fix it in the loco temporarily with this temporary clip until the proper one arrives. So that's nothing too brilliant, I just cut that out of a piece of old tin. Right, I think the best thing to do is strip this down and give it a good clean. So without further ado, let's undo these screws and see how this is held together. Hopefully should be straightforward. Fingers crossed. these 4 screws out, take this bottom plate off, and then see if the wheels and the motor comes out through the bottom. There we go. Pop the plate out. Pop that to one side. And okay. Right, so we've got the adhesion magnets and the 2 sets of wheels there. We'll take them out. With the adhesion magnets. Easy for me to say. Take that magnet out. Like that. I'm going to give all these a clean with the usual, using the little wire wheel. And then I think this must pop out. Does the armature on all this assembly pop out as one? It looks like it does. Some little nylon bushes in there, so I want to make sure I get those back in correctly. Right, let's pop this out. Oh, she come out. With a bit of jiggery pokery. Maybe if I take the magnet out, that might help. Take the magnet out. That's it. Right, okay, here we go. It's all falling out in one. So, we'll get the old toothbrush on this and give it a clean and spray it up with some parts cleaner. Do the same with the armature. Clean up the slots in there. Use some parts cleaner on it just to clean it all off. And there's the 2 keepers off the old magnet. Put those to one side. And I think I'll go try this new one. And then we'll refit in reverse order, of course. Clean these up with the little wire wheel as usual. And once everything's cleaned, reassemble with those new brushes and see if this thing runs. Give this a quick squirt with the old generic parts cleaner. Lovely. And we'll clean out the slots as well. And then I'll leave that to dry, clean out the slots, and then I'll use the little wire tool to go around, clean these up as well, so they make good contact. This is the one I use. This is the tool I usually use. Seems to do a pretty good job. There you go. You can see that's bringing that up nice and shiny. So I'll go around and do all of that. Do all the wheels. Pardon me. Do all the wheels. Give everything a good clean, and then we'll put it back together with the new brushes in. See if it runs. If it does, we can install it in the body, solder the wires back on, and then see if it works. Right, folks, all the parts have had a clean. Now it's time for reassembly. I thought I was filming, and of course I wasn't, and I've already fitted the new the armature back with the with this magnet assembly through the bottom like that. And I've gone for using this new magnet that I got in the post. Going to give it a try, give it a whirl, see if it works. So, and also when you install it, make sure these nylon bushes sit in their keepers, and they've got like a bit that sticks up and that needs to face down towards the bottom of the loco. Next we can install, should we put the wheels in possibly? And the traction magnets, like that. Traction magnet. A set of wheels, like that. So far so good. And then the plate goes on the bottom. Like so. I think it only goes around one way. Or does it only go around one way? Hang on. Let's have a look. Let's try the other way. Yeah, it fits better that way. Okay, so that's back on. So far, so good. All seems to be lining up, as it should. We'll put the 4 screws back in. Let's get a bit more light on this, actually. It's a bit dark there. That one came flying straight back out. 3, 4. Nip those up. Right, that's the underside done. Now, I think what we can do now is drop a bit of oil on the axles, I think. Well, I can still see what I'm doing. So make sure that's coming out. Yeah, that's good. And that's a nylon bush, so that should be okay. I'll put a little drop of oil on these worm gears. I'm also going to put a bit of that white grease on as well, because that helps. It seems to help to keep it nice and quiet. Okay, next, the spider assembly slips over the top. Once I get the magnet in the correct position, contacts inside the wheels like that. That looks good. And then hopefully the screw will come through. We can get the captive nut in there. Let's put the screw back through a bit actually, but it's stopping the nut going down, isn't it? Put that captive nut in there. See if we can get this screw to do up. There's only a bit of jiggling, I think, is the order of the day. There we go. Contacts are inside the wheels. Okay. Then, little plastic sleeve which goes on this side. Luckily I had this, as I say, when I ordered the brushes, they sent me this service sheet so I could see where that little insulator went. There it is, there, like you can see it goes on that side, which is quite good. I'm going to hang on to that, that's a handy bit of kit, that. Nice bit of reference material. And the new brushes. There we go. Brand spanking new. Lovely. Okay, let's see if we can get these brushes in. Now then, if I push, I'm hoping I can kind of do it by doing this. I can push the clip over, get the brush in, and then let the clip go. Nearly fell through. What a shame. That was nearly there. Me and these brushes, we don't get on. Sometimes they just fall straight in, and other times they don't. What have we got here? Another pair of tweezers maybe? Anybody's got a foolproof technique for these, drop me a line, because this is the bit that always gets me. There you go, you can see. Right, okay. It's annoying because that is so close. Oh, nearly. There we go. That one's in. Goodness me. It's the job that never gives me a break, shall we say? Oh, that one's a bit better. Make sure that insulator's on nice though. Okay, so brushes are in. I think that's it. Now, what I need to do now is give it a test. and find my new 9-volt battery. Where is it? Right, I'll be back in a minute. Couldn't find the new 9-volt battery, and I'm going to have to try this old one. Can you believe it? I bought a new one. Never mind. Let's give this a go. Any joy? Yes. It runs. Now, why isn't it not running from this end? Oh no, it is now. That's it. As I say, this 9-volt battery is the curse of me. Right, still no sign of the new 9-volt battery. That's been swiped and gone somewhere else. So without further ado, I think it's upstairs and stick it on the layout, just this, and see if we can get it to run on its own. Right guys, I went up into the attic, put the power motor buggy on the track, turned the power on, and we had a mighty puff of smoke come out of the motor and nothing happened, followed by me saying something on camera that I probably shouldn't have done. So for that reason, I'm afraid I haven't got any footage of that because I had to delete it. Anyway, I've come back down, stripped it down again to have a look, and I don't know if you can see this, but let's get that in focus. There's a nasty burn mark there on the armature, and this little tiny piece of wire, let me see if I can get it. Oh dear, where is it? This little tiny piece of wire here has detached, and there's a lot of burn marks around here, so I think the armature has gone and burnt out, unfortunately, so that's a shame. I had a quick look online and they don't seem to be readily available, so I'm not really sure what the answer to this is for now. I can only leave a search to look for it online and see if one pops up. So this might have to be part 1 of this video in the meantime, while I try and think what I can do to save my Class 31. If anybody's got any ideas, maybe they'd be kind enough to share some information with me and see if we can get this old loco back on the tracks. So that could be everything for now, folks. Watch this space. Well, yes, folks, that's it. Unfortunately, first failure we've had, but never mind. Onward and upward. I always said I'd, you know, show anything I did, warts and all. So with this one, unfortunately, the armature's given way, and we can't go any further until I get a replacement part. I don't want to go online and buy another Class 31 just to scrap it for parts, because that seems a bit of a shame. So I'll keep searching until I can find an armature, or unless anybody's got any suggestions how to get around this problem, if there's something else that would fit, or a motor conversion for this model, I'd be happy to try that. So if you've got any ideas, let me know. But for now, it's back in the box for Class 31, I'm afraid, in disgrace. And there she'll sit until I get an answer. So keep safe, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Share and like. Let me know your comments. And I'll see you again soon. Hopefully for another more successful adventure on Padshaw Junction. Alright, folks. Bye for now. Boo.